Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Markar number M26-0015-02. This is a zinc, what we'd call a jack nut, molly jack nut, or just jack nut. This is an item that is like a toggler, an anchor for drywall, where you would insert the machine bolt in, and as you draw it down, this will fold, crushing this face down towards this face, and really meaning from the inside face of the material that you're installing it to, after you've inserted this in, all of this will fold back up and bite or fold against the inside face of the material that you were installing it to. What's that application? Because I just made that sound overly confusing. You have a piece of hardware that you need to mount relatively securely to the face of a steel door, let's say, a door that's not been reinforced. You can use a jack nut in the instance where you will be able to certainly, assuming that through bolting it is not an option, obtain a relatively secure method of installation of the item via a jack nut. So you would use a 1/4 machine bolt, and that will thread down into the base here. You'll drill the hole to get the jack nut in, the diameter of this body, but not so great as the head would fall through naturally. Okay, so let's give you some dimensions of the item. First, the overall length, maybe less critical to know, but nonetheless. Overall length of this jack nut body is 0.741. 0.741, so basically 11/16. Outside diameter of the head is 0.643. 0.643, just heavy on 5/8. Diameter of what you'd really need to drill to get this inserted into your opening or into the material. It's coming up with 0.464 here, 0.464. So if you're drilling a 1/2 inch hole, you should be in real good shape. 1/2 inch hole. You've got 0.71, I believe, was the head height, so you're going to have a good 1/16 around the entire perimeter. So that should work out really well for you. Okay. So those are the important dimensional properties of the item. Now, common installation of a jack nut will also be a reinforcing pivot, Markar or Pemco. Pemco is really the name that you might know this as. I believe that part number might be 1939. Nope, stand by. Okay, so the Pemco part number is B1923. Okay, so if you were to search for the B as in Bravo, 1923, you're going to come up with the reinforcing pivot that will very commonly use a jack nut like this. So jack nuts are also used not only for specific hardware in those instances where you don't have reinforcing to therefore drill and tap, or it's not realistic to through bolt something. The jack nut is used for that sort of purpose. 1/4, of course, is incredibly common in the door hardware industry, and that's why you're going to find 1/4 as being typical. People will also use these to install pull handles onto doors. You might have an installation of an existing pull handle on an aluminum storefront door, and that hole's been stripped out, ruined. It was a concealed mount where it was drilled and tapped into the aluminum, and with enough time and certainly abuse, maybe vandalism, those holes are gone. There's no way to salvage it, and through bolting it is not a possibility. You can use a jack nut to continue to get useful service out of that installation. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Markar products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's product catalog, and then of course the website. Now the name Markar goes back to the mid-1990s, I think, as a company that specialized in piece parts for hollow metal frames, reinforcing plates, astragal sets, metal vision frames. Their small factory was located out near Buffalo, New York, and I'd been there probably in 1998. And well, they were doing a great job, and they had great distribution in Chicago because they had a real good salesman. Sure enough, they were snapped up by a much bigger company. Now, if you ever know the name Markar, it would be underneath the umbrella of Assa Abloy's Pemco branding. But Markar is has always, that name has been continued to be synonymous with piece parts, pin and barrel hinges, things of that nature. Anyway, if you have any questions on the Markar, this is their part number M26-0015-02, quarter 20 jack nut, or any other Markar product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.